What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Cars with Barrington. Today we're looking at a personal 2021 Toyota GR Supra 3.0 Premium. I've owned this car for about 5 years now. Cinco años. And so instead of giving you another first drive review or something generic, I wanted to share what it's actually like living with the car long term. We'll talk about what I love, what I don't love, reliability, practicality, performance, and whether I'd still recommend buying one in 2026. So let's get into it. Even 5 years later, I still think it's one of the best affordable, uh, best looking sports cars Toyota has ever built. Mine is finished in a Phantom Matte Gray, and I still catch people taking pictures of it and turning heads every time I see it on the road. The design has aged really well, and it's low, it's wide, and unlike a lot of cars, it still stands out every time I drive it. One thing I appreciate is that the styling hasn't become outdated. Even being in 2021, it still looks very, very much modern. Even when parked next to other sports cars, it looks great. Inside is where people usually bring up the BMW connection, which is fair. And honestly, I don't mind it. The seats are extremely comfortable, even for a long drive, long like road trip or something like that. Everything feels solid. Uh, the storage is a little limited, but honestly, you're driving a two-seater sports car. Um, Buildability isn't amazing, but it's not horrible. But if you're buying a Supra, you kind of expect these things already. You're kind of anticipating these things already. So the compromise is very little. The driving position is excellent, and every control feels like it's exactly where it should be, right in arm's reach. You're not over exaggerating to turn up the volume or the air conditioning or anything like that. The driving experience on this thing is where the Supra truly shines. The B58 engine is fantastic. That thing is bulletproof. You can modify it, you can keep it stock, which mine is, but that thing is built to handle a bunch of mods and a bunch of performance upgrades. Powerful delivery is smooth. The transmission ships quickly, and the car feels planted, whether you're cruising or driving free spirited. One thing I've always loved is how confident the chassis feels. It's quick enough to be exciting, um, but not overwhelming. Even after owning it for years, it's still one of those cars where you look for excuses to drive it, which I do frequently. Just to go to the store or take it around the block. I recently put subs in mine, so it levels up the driving experience that much more. The balance between comfort and performance, impressive. Things that I don't like about the car, not very many, honestly. It's not perfect. It's a car. Don't get me wrong, but the biggest negatives for me would be the cabin feels a little bit tight. I recently purchased an SUV, so the cabin does feel a little small. Uh, the cargo space is limited. Don't get me wrong. Getting in and out isn't always graceful, especially after you're driving around in a big old SUV. Uh, Road noise can be noticeable. One, because you're sitting right in front of the tires, but honestly, it's not that bad. And depending on where you live, the insurance could be rather expensive. But for me, it was less expensive in the Supra than it was Chrysler 200 S that I had a couple years before I got the Supra. But honestly, none of those have been a deal breaker. 5 years later, 5.5 years later, I'm still driving it, and I love it. My final thoughts on the car. Again, 5 years later, would I buy this car again? Yes, absolutely. It's been reliable. I haven't had any problems with the car so far, other than it frequently went through a couple oil changes periodically, but the electronics haven't failed me. Powertrain hasn't failed me. The creature comforts haven't failed me. Nothing's failed me. It's been fun. It turns heads everywhere I go. I tell people you feel like a B-list celebrity in this thing. Wherever you go, people always love the car, and I think then the color of my car really helps too. And every time I start it, it puts a smile on my face. Honestly, if you're looking for a sports car that delivers an incredible driving experience while still being comfortable, uh, you don't have to go too far. Uh, Enough to enjoy the street. I think the 2021 Supra GR Premium, the one that I have, I think should be on your short list. If you have any questions about ownership, maintenance, fuel economy, or anything else at all, please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe to Cars with Barrington, and you'll see me in another video.